Hey everyone, this is Marianne, and I am coming to you all to update you on how things are going since I had my um, sleeve operation on March the 2nd, 2016. So today is June the 8th, 2016. So I am, let's see, March, April, May, June. So I'm 3 months out. I have to say that I am over the moon to think that 3 months has went by and I have lost almost 55 pounds. So I lost about 53. That's amazing. I lost around that much weight one other time, and I literally was in the gym all the time. I was constantly doing diets. I mean, extreme dieting, and I just remember that time in my life I would get on the scale every morning and I would be so obsessive and working out so hard, and just the progress was so slow. And then the first time I hit some emotional turmoil, I put it back on. And I think the difference this time around with the sleeve is that I'm a little older now, so I realize that I have a very unhealthy relationship with food. Before I didn't realize that. I probably knew on some level, but um, the urge to eat when I was depressed or life wasn't going my way was probably more because I could eat. Now it's harder for me to eat, but at that time in my life, if I was sad about something, it was easy to eat. Um, I remember in particular, I lost a job. Um, After I'd lost a lot of weight, I'd lost a job that I loved, and it was a very emotional transition. And it was summertime, so I started wearing sundresses, and you know, you don't know your size when you're in a sundress. So, um, I'm just so happy though with this process, the gastric sleeve surgery, the after. Um, this time around, I've seen a therapist that I can talk to and um, just kind of help me navigate through the process because I still have stress in my life. I still have things that don't go my way. I still want to eat for comfort, but I can't. And I think that that's the big difference now. But I don't want to pick up any other bad habits. I don't want to become, a shopaholic or an alcoholic or a drug user, um, or any of those other things you could possibly pick up. Um, so I'm trying to learn to just deal with the root cause, which is whatever problem's going on, by talking to someone that can give me support unselfishly. So I think if you have this surgery and you're an emotional eater like I am and was, um, then probably a therapist would be good for you because you can talk to them, you can tell them everything, and it's their job to just listen to you. And the whole conversation can be about you. And anything. I mean, I literally go into my therapist and I just ramble. I mean, I ramble and ramble and ramble, and it's all over the place. And she doesn't even say much to me, you know? But it's the fact that I can just get it out of my head, um, and put it on the table and say to her, I had this surgery. I can't eat when I'm upset about X, Y, and Z. And she's like, okay. mean, it's just that it's not anything big, but I know there's sometimes this stigma about people getting therapists or getting therapy. Um, I think that everyone should have a therapist. I think that we all have a lot going on. We all have a lot of problems. We were born onto this earth with problems that were given to us at birth, whether it be family problems, financial problems. Some of us were born rich. We have problems because we're rich. Some of us were born poor. We have problems because we're poor. We're born into families that are dysfunctional, or our fathers left us, our mothers left us, both of our parents have left us. There are so many issues we all face, and it's just nice that you have someone you can go to and they can help you kind of make sense of it all. And maybe it's not even anything they tell you, but when you start kind of rambling all of these things out, you get that clarity because it's kind of out of your head. So that's my little spew on what's been going on with me as far as the weight process. I will tell you one thing that I feel like is coming up more in my life right now than ever in the past. I don't know if it's surgery related or if it's just my life at this moment. I do feel more depressed. I'm not sure why. I do have a fair amount of stress. I have 2 children under the age of 2. I'm newly married. I own a business. I work in corporate America. I do several things. I'm OCD. I would like to keep my house clean, but it's not most of the time. So I think that because I'm not progressing as fast as I would like to be, that's kind of got me discouraged. So that might be some of the depression. But then also in the past, if I was feeling this way, I would just like turn to like my late night snack. Like right now, it's nighttime, so usually maybe I would be having like a bowl of cereal, which is what kept my weight on. But now I can't do that, so I don't know if my body's kind of freaking out. Like, hey, you used to give me food to comfort me, and well, now you do nothing. You're boring. You go to bed. Um, so you can comment below if you're experiencing the same, um, having the same experience with a little bit more depression. I asked one of my friends, excuse me, my leg is itching. I asked one of my friends if she was having depression a little bit more since her surgery, and she said she kind of felt like she was, but she also is in a high stress kind of lifestyle. She's a single mom and she works 2 jobs, and all that's really stressful. So, and it can be so. Yeah, I don't know. I should Google it and see if maybe some other people are going through that too. So, um, as far as eating goes, um, I can pretty much eat everything that I've tried to eat so far. I'm trying to stick to a diet that is high in protein, low in carbs. So a typical day for me is like probably a Greek yogurt. It might take an hour to eat. Um, that's just the single like cup size. I may eat a half of a protein bar or a couple bites of a protein bar. I will eat maybe a couple pieces of lunch meat rolled up. Um, I usually will drink a cup of coffee in the morning with 1% milk and probably a tablespoon of sugar. And dinner varies, but like tonight I had some scrambled eggs with tomato that my husband had made, and I would say I might have had a half of an egg. Also, there's a buffet at my work. I mean, you have to pay for it. So if I don't take food, I find I'll go down and I'll just get a few things off the buffet. And so it's usually I try to just pick meat and I get like a really small portion. So it might be total like 6 ounces of food. And so like for today, for example, I had maybe 2 teaspoons of rice and 3 pieces of some sort of Chinese style chicken that it would have been like a General Tso's chicken, maybe. It didn't have a label, but something like that. So like 3 pieces of that. And then I had about 5 little pieces of romaine lettuce, 3 pieces of diced tomatoes, some olives, 2 slices of onion on it, like little slivers. But it was a really small amount, but I couldn't eat it all in one setting. I ate first part of it, then I went to a meeting, then I came back and ate the second part. So the other thing is I snack on pork rinds a lot. So I might eat, say, 6 pork rinds throughout the course of the whole day. But really just at my desk at work. So whole day, work day. So that's kind of what my diet looks like. I'm really not eating a lot, but I'm really not too terribly hungry. I do find that my body wants some sugar. I think it's like my blood sugar might be going low, and my go-to is sweet tea. And like say I was to get a small sweet tea from McDonald's, I usually won't even finish it, and I'll drink on it all day. Um, so I don't think that's bad. My doctor is fine with it. He's very happy with my weight loss. I went for an appointment a week ago, and he was just like, wow, you're doing great. The weight loss is fantastic. Whatever you're doing, keep on doing it. As far as exercise goes, because I do have 2 small children and a husband and everything, I typically don't have time to work out, but I know that it's very important. So what I do is I take my shoes stay at work, and I walk on my lunch break. I have a 45-minute lunch break, and so I walk typically 40 minutes, and it's about 3 miles I do. So I do this pretty much every day, unless we're having like a team lunch or something. I've also incorporated doing the stairs in my building. So in my building there are 13 floors, and I will walk the stairs. This has not been an everyday thing, but let's say now, I did it last week. I started last week doing this, or the week before. I do want to make it an everyday habit because I get 2 15-minute breaks and it takes me about 7 minutes to go up and come back down. And so um, it's really good. It feels so good when I do it. I mean, just my heart is racing. I can't breathe. I know it doesn't sound good, but um, the endorphins moving through me after I do the stairs, I feel like I'm just on top of the world. I mean, the fact that I can just even make it to the top of the stairs. Um, Not to be funny, but I could have made it to the top of the stairs before I had the surgery. For a girl that weighed 225 pounds, I was in really, I wouldn't say really good shape because I had really lost a lot. I mean, I'd fallen out of shape, but I was in pretty good shape. Previous to me putting on that weight, so previous to me having my 2 children, I was doing CrossFit and stuff, so I was in okay shape. I mean, I'm not gonna say I wasn't, but I was not in great shape. But anyways, enough rambling. So that's my workout. Stairs, walking 3 miles. Tonight I walked about 2 miles. or so through the neighborhood. Just leisure, pushing the stroller with one of the babies inside. So I'd say with him and the stroller was about 30 pounds. I was pushing. The neighborhood's not flat, so there was definitely some hills. And I feel really good. I wish I could do it every night. I would love to do it every night. Just, I know it's a health benefit to walk, but just for my mental health when I get out and do stuff. So I just want to wrap up this because I know it's now over 15 minutes and it's just a bunch of nothing. But I found all the videos I've watched on YouTube extremely helpful, whether they were boring and someone just rambling to, the people that can edit and have time for all that. I wish I had time for all that, but I don't, and I just can't make time to do it. I'm not making money off this, but I do believe in the power of just the community that I found on YouTube when I was looking for videos. And anyway, so I hope other people make videos too, because it's just nice to see people's journey. Let me go over my stats real quick. So like I said before, I was sleeved on March the 2nd, and now it is June the 8th. It's 2016. My starting weight when I went to see my doctor was 225. My pre-op appointment with him was 220. Day of surgery that morning before they took me back was 216. And I'm currently at 172. So, I don't I look at total, like I've lost X amount. So from 225 to 172, I think it's amazing. I definitely am just so happy about this decision and the fact that I had a friend that was willing to tell me her story and tell me that she did the surgery, and she wasn't ashamed to tell me, because being 225, you feel like you're overweight, but you're not huge, but you are big. And I never thought, if someone would have said to me, oh, you should have weight loss surgery, I would have been like, oh, I'm not that big. I'm not big enough for that. That's what I always thought. Like, I wouldn't qualify for that. I didn't think my friend was big enough for that. Um, but then when I saw her after she had her surgery, I just was like, oh my gosh, I want to do this too. And, I think I thank her at least once a week because this has changed my life. I never will go back to being overweight, and I have been overweight my whole life, except for the one time that I dropped down and I only got to 169. So if you even count that, that's still overweight when you're 5'2". Um, so I am very excited. I currently wear size 14 pants and a large top, and so that fits comfortably. Not all 14s fit me, of course. I have a pair of Gap jeans 14, they don't fit. But I have Talbot's dress slides for work 14, they fit. So it just depends, of course, who makes the pants, who makes the clothes. At this point, I don't care. I'm just so happy. Um, Kind of the next goal is to hopefully I'll get to a place where I can incorporate some yoga and weight training into my workouts. I don't know when I'll have time. My husband and I both want me to do this because he knows it'll help me tone the skin up, and I know it'll help me tone the skin up. But then we had the conversation like, well, when would I do these things? When would I go to yoga? When would I go to, say, like a CrossFit class, or even just go into the gym and hit the weights? And reality is, I get off work at 5:30. I get home by 6:15, 6:30, and I want to see my kids. I mean, I don't want to be in a gym. I love the gym. I love classes. but my kids are only going to be small for a minute, and um, I don't know. It's a really hard balance to find. Um, so I'm sure I'll come up with a solution, and I'll tune you guys into that. Um, with that being said, um, if you have any questions, you can post below. I probably will stand up and do a full body shot at some point, but probably not right now. So anyways, I hope everyone is well, and if you want to see more of just what I'm doing and follow me, you can find me on Facebook if you search um, facebook.com/ all I see is beautiful people, or the name of my page is Beautiful People Real Talk, or you can just Google me, Marianne Hefner, and you can see, you probably find it that way as well. Anyways, hope everyone's doing well, and um, keep it up, keep up the good work, and if you have any questions, post below. Bye.